say you wanna watch a drama. You say you wanna watch a comedy. Well, you can watch it with your mama, or you can watch it with your daddy. You'll even sit and watch it with your middle schooler, so you can come and talk around a water cooler. We're watching all day and all night. Couch potatoes unite. Whoa, whoa. Couch potatoes unite. Whoa, whoa. Couch potatoes unite.
Hello and welcome to a brand new mini-sode of the podcast entitled Couch Potatoes Unite! Which is based on a blog of the same name because this podcast has grown just enough for us to think you might actually want to know a little bit about the team of tubular couch potatoes that make up Couch Potatoes Unite! Isn't that some kind of foreshadowing? I think it is. My name is Kylie and I love TV. If you feel the same, keep listening and or checking out our website, couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com, as you're bound to find some common ground or something you like. For at Couch Potatoes Unite, we're all about the wonders and the unique long-form storytelling of the small screen. CPU, ! Hopes you've been following releases of brand new episodes of the podcast on Wednesdays, as well as new blog entries on some Tuesdays, and as always, we have several more new episodes on the way. Because the panelists and I live lives behind our podcast, the episodes are published once per week. Subscribe to the blog or the podcast via Apple iTunes, Stitcher Radio, via Google Play, and now on Spotify to stay on top of brand new episodes. Episodes already published discuss a variety of shows around the water cooler, including but not limited to The Crown, Once Upon a Time, A Series of Unfortunate Events, Fuller House, Westworld, American Horror Story, The Good Place, Grace and Frankie, Supernatural, Arrested Development, and Jane the Virgin. Plus, new episodes are in the works, including revisits for Doctor Who, Gotham, Schitt's Creek, Game of Thrones, Will and Grace, Stranger Things, iZombie, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Orange is the New Black, 13 Reasons Why, the Marvel's Defenders panel will talk Season 2 of The Punisher, the DCTU series will talk Season 4 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the Star Trek 50 Plus series will cover the animated series. We'll be launching new panels covering The Americans, Riverdale, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Altered Carbon, Mr. Robot, Charmed, Outlander, and the Breaking Bad universe. And because we look back at shows now past, we'll take a smallish look back at a short-term show from some kind of yesteryear called Freaks and Geeks. We'll don witch hats and bring our Salem cats for Sabrina the Teenage Witch. We'll put out some musical stops for our crazy ex-girlfriend, and we'll revisit one of the all-time and most watched classic sitcoms, MASH. By the way, did you know that CPU also from time to time goes live? We've been live from bunkers and comedy shows and Comic-Cons, and we just went live from Blue Bridge Games to take a shiny look back at Firefly. Plus, we're planning more live appearances and other cool stuff. So make sure you like or follow us at our Facebook page, our Twitter at CPU Podcast, our Instagram at Couch Potatoes Unite, or subscribe to the blog, our YouTube channel, our iTunes Apple channel, our Stitcher Radio channel, via Google Play, and now via Spotify. In the meantime, if you don't hear your show in this podcast format, fellow panelists and I still write reviews, and we always seek new panelists. So if you have any interest in joining the discussion, say hello by finding us at any of those outlets I've mentioned. At the very least, stop by and leave us a thumbs up, comment, or review. We like feedback, and who knows, someday you could be part of our wonderful potato profiles too. To that end, Chief Couch Potato and main moderator Kylie here. Today we continue another new feature on CPU. Our humble little podcast from Grand Rapids, Michigan has been going for 4 years. 4 years officially, and as always, we will be covering many more shows and introducing many more panels as time progresses. Yet have you ever wondered who the people are behind the first names and voices you hear on this podcast? Well, frequent panelist Sarah thought you might because she listens to lots of podcasts and enjoys hearing about the personalities behind those podcasts, and so she thought you might feel the same about the United Couch Potatoes. Today then, we continue our feature called On the Couch With, wherein you'll be learning a bit more about those of us here at Couch Potatoes Unite! In our fifth panelist profile, our most frequent and involved panelist and one of our moderator team, Krista, interviews our second most involved panelist, although they're really neck and neck, another member of our moderator team, and our arguably trekkiest panelist, Nick, with some probing existential questions about his TV watching tastes. Remember, the interviewees in this feature do not receive the questions in advance. It's mostly spontaneous chatterboxing on the couch full of TV watchers. And of course, we always hope you enjoy it. Here comes the interview. Oi with the poodles.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, Kristen.
I'm going to start you off with something a little easy, and then we're going to get into some really hard-hitting questions.
I'm nervous.
Who was your first TV crush?
Yikes. So first I'm going to say the first thing that popped in my head the second you said the question, and then as I talk, maybe I'll realize that that might not be true, but it's probably Dr. Beverly Crusher.
I knew it! Because I've I'm like, he's going to play Dr. Beverly Crusher because everything with Nick is Star Trek. So, speaking of Star Trek, that leads me into my next question. You are the new captain of the Starship Enterprise and get to select your own crew. Which 5 non-Star Trek TV characters would you bring onto the bridge with you, and what would their positions be?
5
non-Star Trek.
I think House MD has to be my doctor, right? that makes the most sense. Alien sicknesses and viruses.
Okay.
He can figure it out.
That's one. Dr. House.
Oh, man. Mrs. Columbo, because she was played by Kate Mulgrew. No? Does that work?
Technically it works, but Kate Mulgrew was also on Star Trek, so you're kind of walking in the gray area, but I will let it go. But she's Mrs. Columbo. She's not...
Yeah, she's a good detective, so she'd be my chief of security.
Okay.
3 more.
Yep.
Oh, man. This next character might make you mad, too. Dr. Samuel Beckett will be my science officer from Quantum Leap.
Okay. 2 more.
I was trying to get Scully in there somehow, but I gave away the science-y things.
Yep.
Can't think of who would be a good engineer. Or a captain. No, I'm the captain.
You're the captain, yeah.
All right, then Scully will be my first officer. She'll take over.
Okay.
When I die.
All right. 1 more.
One more. This is a good question. It's really making me think. It feels like 5 questions, though.
Kind of.
What positions do I need to fill?
There's counselor. I don't know Star Trek, so I'm thinking. There's the
I need
counselor.
a chief engineer.
There you go, engineer.
Does LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow count?
No, that's not a fictional television show that we would not be able to talk about on the podcast. So it needs to be scripted TV.
Are they just not good engineers on television?
Well, doesn't have to be someone who is an engineer. It could just be someone you'd want in that role.
Yeah, so they should be good at engineering.
There's got to be someone.
Well, I'm going to go with Gilligan as a red shirt because he already wears a red shirt, and somebody's got to prove that the mission's dangerous.
Okay. So, good job for putting a random red shirt on your bridge crew.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't ask me to recap because I don't remember what I said.
I'm not going to because I don't know Star Trek like you do. So, next question. If you could bring one show back from the dead, which one would it be? And would it be a reboot or a continuation of the original series? So, like, if a show ended after 6 seasons, you'd make a 7th season, or would you start fresh?
Okay, I have the answer. I really want to see Quantum Leap back, but it being Dr. Sam Beckett's daughter. So you can just keep... I don't want to reboot because you might not get Bakula in there or they'll give him a weird cameo. But I feel like there was more story to tell there anyway, so I want to see it jump forward. That's my answer.
All right. If you could be a sidekick to any TV superhero, who would it be? What would your super name be? And what is your superpower?
Yikes. That's 3 questions.
I know. I'm asking lots of tricky multiple part questions because I never just choose one character, so my questions can't be a single answer question either.
Sarah's going to love listening to this.
So who would who would you be the sidekick to?
An actual superhero.
A TV superhero. And it can be from any point in TV history.
Any point.
Yes, you could get real specific and be like Adam West's Batman. So pick any TV superhero that you want to be the sidekick for.
I don't know what I'm going to pick, but I think I'm leaning towards newer just because those costumes are better and I don't want to get stuck.
That's very true. You don't need tights.
No. I might go with probably The Flash just because that's one of my favorite superhero shows on right now and it's also the most fun. So as much as I like Daredevil, I don't want to die.
Right, because you probably would on that show. So you're the sidekick to The Flash. What is your super name?
Kid Flash.
No. It can't be an existing superhero, dude. Come on.
Kid Flash Jr.
I mean, it can be something as cheesy as Super Nick if that is easiest for you.
That would be easy.
Not much,
It wouldn't conceal my
No,
identity.
I was just going to say, like, it would not conceal your identity. But, do you want me to, okay, so what about maybe, let's start with your superpower, and then you can come up with a name from your superpower.
I really my favorite superhero powers are, like, weather control and teleporting, so it'd be one of those.
Okay, or you can have both. That's fine.
Wow.
You can
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Unstoppable?
Yeah.
Okay, so you, Nick, are the sidekick to the Flash. Your superhero name is Unstoppable, and your powers are weather control and teleportation.
Yep. So
Sweet.
I can beat the Flash to the crime scene.
Smart. Very.
Right? Is that how that would work?
Very smart. Okay.
The
I like
listeners
it.
could tell us.
I like it. All right. So, what is the worst show you've ever watched or tried to watch and couldn't get it? What is the worst TV show you've ever seen?
Kristen, you're stumping me. Worse.
I felt the same way when Selene was asking me questions, so I'm glad I'm passing on the lovely burden of trying to answer questions on the spot.
I feel like I block out the really bad ones. You know, there's a show that comes to mind that I loved season 1, became indifferent to season 2, and then was so excited that it was canceled in season 3 because I'm obsessive and I probably would have kept watching. And that's Hemlock Grove on Netflix.
Ooh.
It had a lot of promise. It was really good, and then it just went downhill fast. Faster than I think The Arrow did.
Wow. All right. We're almost to the end. So take a deep breath. If you could meet any character, not an actor, but a character from the entirety of television history, who would it be and what would you talk about over dinner?
It'd probably be Scully because of all the times that she should have already started believing in paranormal activity. I would want to talk about all that. Like, really? You didn't believe then or here? Yeah, that's my answer.
Nice. That sounds like a fun little, dinner conversation that you two can have. Would you rather only watch Star Trek and all of Star Trek for the rest of your life, or watch everything except Star Trek for the rest of your life?
Yikes. That is really hard. Mm-hmm. I could watch everything except Star Trek?
Yeah, like you couldn't watch any sort of Star Trek anything for the rest of your life, or you can only watch Star Trek.
In this scenario, do I have the memory of having watched Star Trek?
I'm not going to get that technical.
Man, I am definitely leaning towards only being able to watch Star Trek.
Okay, so from this point forward, you are only watching Star Trek for the rest of your life.
That stinks. There's so much other good TV out there.
Right, but you can choose Star Trek or you can choose everything else. You can't have both.
I'm keeping Star Trek.
Okay. All right. Last one, because I'm going to ask 8 instead of the 7 that I was asked to prepare. So, if you could switch lives with any TV pet for the day.
TV pet?
Yep. Who would you switch with and how would you spend your time?
Why is my first thought Eddie from Frasier?
That was when Selene asked me what TV pet I would want. I picked Eddie from Frasier, so he's iconic.
I got a different one, though.
Okay.
Spot from the Munsters. I want to be the dragon under the stairs.
Oh, I loved Spot from the Munsters. So how would you spend your day in the Munster house under the stairs?
I would go all through that house. I wouldn't just stay under the stairs.
Because he probably has some secret tunnels. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I want to see all the different weird things that visit the Munsters.
That's a good answer.
Well, thanks.
Thanks. Well, thanks for joining me on the couch, Nick.
You're welcome.
Couch Potatoes Unite! Was produced by Back Pocket Productions, run by yours truly, the Chief Couch Potato, which is really another way of saying executively produced by me, Kylie Piette. My associate producers are Krista Pennington and Selene Rezmer. I edit this podcast, and our logo is by Rebecca Wallace. Our marketing graphic artist is Krista. Our theme song was written by Sarah Milbratz and sung by Sarah, Amy McDaniel, and Kelsey Rezmer. Kelsey played the keyboard, Ian McDonough played the bass, Christian Somerville played the guitar, and the whole kit and caboodle was engineered and produced by Kyle Aspinall and Christian. We hail from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Please, if you like what you hear, take the time to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or Google Play, or wherever you find your podcasts. Give us stars, give us comments, give us reviews. Let us know how we're doing. Send us a message. We might just read it on the podcast. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what we should keep, what we should toss. You know how it goes. And if you have suggestions on shows we might consider, contact us at our website, couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com, where we have a guest book, by email at couchpotatoesunitepodcast@gmail.com, or via our social media, Facebook, Twitter at CPU Podcast, and Instagram at Couch Potatoes Unite. Though, of course, we add new and old shows to chat about around the water cooler all the time. We always have several more new episodes coming down the pike. Just listen to our intros. And if you miss old episodes or want to know in general what we cover, just find us. We are everywhere and searchable wherever you look for things on the internet. You can search for us, or you can subscribe on our website, our channels, our social media accounts. Stay up on our new events and episodes. In our next On the Couch with feature, Nick interviews our third most frequent and involved panelist, as well as one of our moderator team, and also his wife, or her husband, the way she would have it, Sarah. Plus, we're sidling into the holiday season, and there are some luminary events and milestones coming along the horizon, including, if you can believe it, our 200th episode, and revisits for some of your favorite panels, as well as some new panels coming along too. Stay tuned for all the wins and what fors. Until the next time, keep listening, keep watching, stay tuned! Bye-bye.